start by pulling our grains out of the mash. I'm spreading them out here just to cool them down. They don't necessarily have to be dry. To quickly run through the ingredients, we'll need 4 cups of grain, 2 eggs, a cup of peanut butter, and 2 or 3 cups of flour, depending on how much you spread around. Before mixing the ingredients together, I'll go ahead and preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then pull out the biggest bowl that I have. That's not my brewing kettle. I'm actually making these the day after a brew day, so I stored my grains in a plastic container, and then it's time to mix everything together. Nothing too special here. I don't think most dogs would mind if it was mixed together or folded together or blended up in a blender, honestly. But once everything is mixed together in a decently doughy ball, it's time to start the rolling and cutting process. That process starts with a little bit of the flour that we mentioned earlier, coating the surface of a cutting board. I rolled mine out to a pretty decently thin thickness, maybe a little less than a 1/4 inch or so. Then it's time to cut out the shapes. I'm using a nice spooky ghost cookie cutter, along with a dog bone shape cookie cutter, but this step is pretty self-explanatory. Just cut out your shapes and re-roll your extras and cut out more of your shapes. After a quick pre-bake quality inspection, it's time to throw them in the oven. Depending on the thickness and the size and shape of your cutouts, I think my batch yielded around 75 to 80 dog treats. With everything loaded in the oven, we'll set the timer and then wait a painful 30 minutes. At that point, we'll drop the oven temperature down to around 225 Fahrenheit and leave them in for another 2 hours. Really just trying to make sure everything is dried out and we don't get any mold in our treats if we're storing them long term. And then finally, your peanut butter dog treats are ready to enjoy. Or ready for your pup to enjoy. I guess you could try them, but I'm gonna let Melon have most of mine.